Time for sound design. Today I'm outside in Stockholm and I'm gonna try to find some sounds to record. I'm waiting for the subway to pass. Back in the studio, I'm gonna put the sounds that I've recorded outside into Ableton and see what I can make from it. It's the leaves here. So I'm gonna copy this and extract it into a separate track. And I think with this sound, I'm not going to make an instrument, but I'm going to make a loop, a texture, with some effects as well. So let's zoom into the sound. So this is the gravel. This is the actual leaves. So this is a pretty nice loop. I can make it into 2 bars, but then it will be too repetitive. So what I'm going to do is reverse the second 2 bars. So this one is now reversed. And pitch it down 3. So I pitched it down 5 and I'm going to add a delay. Before I add the delay, let's look at the EQ. There's some low rumble I'm going to cut out. I want to put the delay, the right channel off, and as well put the filter, on the filter out the low frequencies to create more stereo spread. And perhaps the other thing I want to do is to do something with the transients. So I changed the transients to forward and put it on 50, and for the reverse one I put it on 75. So there's some variation in there and you get a less dense sound, but with the delay still you get a lot of detail. So it sounds like this now. So I think this is a very nice percussive, not really percussive, but more textural loop that you can use for any kind of cinematic beat or soundscape, maybe in the intro or the bridge or the break. So I play it once more. So I would just export this as an audio loop and then add it to my library. So let's move on to the second sound that I recorded, where I opened the lid of the sand or gravel box. So that was this sound. So I'm gonna put this into a simpler, and I think I wanna make some kind of impact sound from this, like some big cinematic. So let's see if that's possible. I think I'm gonna take the third one because that seems like the biggest impact. Change the start and end points. Also make this mono because I will later make it white and stereo. I'm gonna crop this. I don't know if I need that long of a tail, but let's see. And call this cinematic boom. And I want to put a hybrid reverb on this. With a shimmer. Bit longer decay. And make it a bit vintage. It's actually nice when you play it very high on the keyboard, but I want a sonic boom, like a cinematic boom. Maybe I do play two notes, the C1 and the C3. And I want a little bit of variation in the tail, so I'm gonna add a phaser. Put a dry wet maybe on. But there's a lot of low end here. And we roll it off on 30. So yeah, that was sound number 2, the opening of the lid into transforming it into a cinematic boom. So I played two notes at the same time, the C1 and the C3, with a massive reverb and a phaser. And now on to sound number 3, which was the passing subway train. And let's see what I can make from that. So the subway was somewhere here. So it's a lot of noise, there's normally a lot of content in there, but it's especially the wheels, the higher pitched sounds could be a nice rhythm. So let's see what we can do with that. Duplicating the track. Sound 3 subway. These 8 bars is more than enough. I want to take the low out already. and warp it and loop it. So I'm not sure what to make from this, because it's quite a sort of noisy sample and there's not a lot of percussive information. Maybe I'm gonna try modulated delay. Maybe I can do something like this. I play very short parts of the sample with a massive delay on it. Then I'm going to modulate the delay with an LFO. The filter frequency of the delay, not so fast. Whoop. So it's almost like using a random noise sample and then with a heavily modulated delay create a rhythm. And if you want to double the rhythm, then you just need more samples. So it could be like this. So this last one is actually kind of surprising. This is not something I had thought about, but now that I play around with the delay and the LFO, I think this is one of the more interesting sounds. So you play snippets of the sample with a very short delay time with a long feedback, and then modulate the filter frequency of the wet delay signal. And in this way you can create different rhythms by saying where in the beat basically to mute and unmute the sample. Alright, that was it for this sound design video. I recorded several sounds outside, put them into Ableton, put some different effects on it, and I came out with 3 different sounds. So the first one was the texture with the leaves. The second one was the cinematic boom, with the phaser phasing the tail of the reverb, and then the last one is this kind of delay noise texture. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and see you in the next one.